on top.
Yeah.
So shout out to the
You're a ride or
youngest
die though. You've been with them your whole career.
More so this time.
9 years?
8.
8.
Yeah, I just finished my 8th year.
Okay.
Dang.
Wait, we're 2 years apart.
Yeah.
How's it been like staying in the same franchise for that long?
Some days when I think back on it, I think it was supposed to be kind of like that. I don't think it was like real intentional. I mean, I just kind of let it all play out because when it was bad, I didn't have anybody really knocking on.
That moment right there says everything. The Butts have the power to push this team to the top. Not the front office, not the brand, not the league, the players themselves. And in one relaxed conversation, Kelsey Mitchell revealed exactly where her heart is and what her future with the Indiana Fever looks like. If you are a rival team hoping to lure her away during free agency, this should make you nervous. Something important just happened, and it did not come from a headline or a press release. It came from a simple, honest exchange. Kelsey Mitchell, now an 8-year veteran, has lived through some of the hardest seasons this franchise has ever faced. She stayed during years when winning felt distant and progress came slowly. That history matters. During a casual podcast conversation with Ari McDonald, Mitchell referred to the Fever as us, not they, not the organization. This was not a staged media moment. There was no team staff nearby, no scripted answers, and no pressure to say the right thing. She was relaxed, open, and speaking freely. That is what makes it meaningful. People do not claim ownership or belonging unless they truly feel it. Her words show pride, connection, and belief in what the team is becoming. They suggest trust in the direction, confidence in the locker room, and loyalty built through shared struggle. That kind of bond cannot be faked or forced. For fans, it is a hopeful sign. For competitors, it is a warning. Kelsey Mitchell does not sound like someone preparing to leave. She sounds like someone who still sees the Fever as her team, and that says more than any contract talk ever could.
So basically, when things were going bad, other teams weren't even trying to sign her. Other teams weren't trying to sign her when things were bad, which is a testament to everything that, like, people did not realize how good Kelsey Mitchell was pre-Caitlin Clark. Everyone like Kelsey Mitchell needs her own team. Kelsey Mitchell had her own team. She had opportunity, and no good teams wanted to take her when things were going badly.
It was hard to really be recognized or open to be accepted from other WNBA teams because I didn't really come from good stuff at that time. Indiana wasn't a place anybody wanted to come to. And y'all know that, like, nobody was coming to Indiana.
Yeah, no. It's just,
and then it was fortunate enough to get draft picks that kind of shifted it. But when it was bad, I kind of just let it play out, really, because, like I said, when you don't really have nobody calling you or knocking on your door anyway, well, I mean, what else you gonna do? So,
So nobody wanted Kelsey Mitchell prior to Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston getting there, which is kind of crazy.
It was a bittersweet feeling because I think being loyal has a cost, and we all know that. You know, being loyal isn't always ideal, but I think, like, when I think back on it, like, shit, it was worth it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. To be determined.
Yeah. No, I'm happy for you because it is hard, like, going through the growing pains of it all. Like, even the arenas.
Now pay close attention to what she is really saying here. During the rough years in Indiana, when the Fever were struggling badly, playing in small college arenas, and losing nearly 70% of their games, the rest of the league was silent. Other WNBA teams were not reaching out. No one was calling her agent. No one was sending messages behind the scenes. No team tried to secure her with a core designation or make her feel wanted elsewhere. That detail matters more than people realize. This is a player who averaged more than 17 points per game across multiple seasons, even while surrounded by losing rosters. She could score on her own, handle defensive pressure, and show up every night ready to compete. Even when the franchise was clearly sinking, she kept performing. And yet, the league barely reacted. So when people talk about loyalty keeping her in Indiana during those years, that story does not fully hold up. It was not loyalty. It was a lack of choices. When no one is knocking on your door or offering a way out, you stay where you are. That is the reality she is openly admitting. Her honesty cuts deep. Saying, "What else are you going to do?" is not the voice of someone who felt respected or pursued by the wider league. It is the voice of a player who had to make peace with her situation because there were no real alternatives. Then things shifted. The Fever began to change. The environment improved. The future started to look brighter. Only after that did the value become obvious to everyone else. What you are hearing now is not bitterness but clarity. She stayed because she had to, then watched everything transform around her. And that experience shaped how she sees this team today.
Yeah.
Oh, pray. But you wasn't.
No, you missed
God.
it when they were in the bar. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Heard the stories of the bar.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Like
bad.
he went through all the growing pains, and then now.
And Butler University. That was another one. We finished our last 10 games
played at
at Butler University. Yep.
So he's played in random places. But that is the thing. It's just, regardless of what this conversation is, for me, the big thing is nothing more than Kelsey Mitchell basically referring to the Fever as us, talking about how everything changed when Aaliyah and Caitlin got there, and how not only were the team bad, but she wasn't even valued by other.
This is where the story truly changes direction. Listen closely to what Kelsey is saying next because it carries weight. Loyalty comes with a price, and she understands that better than most. When players stay with teams that struggle year after year, they often give up their best seasons. Their numbers get overlooked, their impact gets ignored, and their value drops because fans usually only remember teams that win. Kelsey Mitchell paid that price for 6 long years. 6 seasons filled with losses. 6 seasons playing in half-empty arenas. 6 seasons watching other guards earn all-star spots while she put up similar numbers with far less attention. She was doing the work night after night, but much of it happened in the shadows. The sacrifice was real, and it was not small. Staying meant accepting that her prime years might never get the recognition they deserved. It meant trusting a future that did not always look promising. And for a long time, there was little proof that the gamble would ever pay off. Then everything changed. Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston arrived, and suddenly the Indiana Fever were no longer an afterthought. Games became exciting. Crowds grew. The spotlight returned. Kelsey's shooting and scoring finally had the right pieces around them. Her talent now made sense to people watching from the outside. Looking back, she can say it was worth it. Not because a press release says so, but because the feeling is genuine. This is not polished talk from a contract negotiation. It is the quiet satisfaction of someone who stayed through the worst, believed when it was hard, and finally got to see the payoff.
Other teams weren't looking to get her out of Indiana. It wasn't one of those situations where she's a good player, bad team, where other teams are constantly trying to get her to go. Where I'm guessing maybe after her first 4 seasons in the league, because let's be real, if she was good enough and she wanted to go elsewhere, her core years would already be used up. But she didn't already use up those core years. So that's the thing. Like, Kelsey Mitchell was not, as far as I'm aware, didn't sign an offer sheet. I'm pretty sure that again, an offer sheet didn't have to be signed for Kelsey Mitchell. But
that part of the conversation reveals something important about how Kelsey sees everything she has been through. She talks about playing in the old barn, competing at Butler University, and bouncing from one temporary venue to another because the Fever did not even have a true home court. These are not warm, nostalgic memories. This is recent history, and you can tell it still carries some weight. What stands out, though, is how she talks about it. There is no anger in her voice. She is not using those moments as proof that she deserves to leave or as a reason to demand more. She is not throwing blame around. Instead, she shares those stories calmly, almost like battle memories, with someone who understands exactly what that struggle feels like. That matters because she is talking to another player who lived through similar hardships. This is not complaining. It is connection. It is 2 athletes recognizing what it takes to survive tough seasons and unstable situations without losing yourself along the way. The way she frames those experiences shows where her mindset is now. She remembers the bad times clearly, but she does not live in them. Instead, those memories give meaning to the present. She appreciates what the team has today because she knows firsthand how rough things once were. Players who are mentally checked out do not talk like this. They focus on what they deserve, what they missed out on, or what went wrong. Kelsey does the opposite. She reflects on the journey because it shaped her. She values the stability, the growth, and the progress now because she earned it. That perspective says a lot. She sounds like someone who is grounded, grateful, and fully aware of how far things have come. And that kind of mindset does not come from someone already planning their exit.
today we are going to be talking a little bit about the whole Kelsey Mitchell and Fever scenario. And I'm sorry, I can react to this clip a different time, but all I gotta say is Kelsey Mitchell is going nowhere. Kelsey Mitchell is going nowhere. The Fever are going to offer her every cent that they can give her. She's going nowhere. Everyone being like, oh, Kelsey Mitchell wants to leave, this and that. Kelsey Mitchell is going absolutely nowhere, and it's very, very clear.
Now let's look at the other side of this story. It starts with a bold statement. Kelsey Mitchell is not going anywhere. That is not a guess or a breakdown of stats. It is a firm declaration from someone who has been paying close attention and understands what others are missing. The Indiana Fever are going to offer Kelsey everything they possibly can, and it makes perfect sense. Her value goes far beyond scoring 17 points per game. She is the veteran who lived through the rebuild and came out the other side. She stayed when things were unstable and uncertain, and that experience carries weight in the locker room. She is also the reliable scorer who eases the pressure on Caitlin Clark. When defenses lock in or the offense stalls, Kelsey can create her own shot without hesitation. That skill matters in tight moments. She connects the old version of the Fever with the new one, bridging the gap between what this team was and what it is becoming. But what truly separates her is how she handled the arrival of a generational talent. Many veteran scorers struggle when a rookie steps in and instantly becomes the face of the franchise. Ego gets involved. Roles feel threatened. That did not happen here. Kelsey embraced the change. She adjusted her game. She supported when needed and stepped up when asked. She publicly celebrated Caitlin's success again and again, without hesitation or resentment. That kind of maturity is rare, especially in competitive environments. This is why she matters so much to Indiana. She has proven she can lead, adapt, and win alongside a superstar. That combination is incredibly valuable, and it is exactly why the Fever will do everything they can to make sure she stays right where she is.
And if nothing else, it is very, very clear that the big three want to run it back. They are going to run it back. And I've always said this, the only way you would get rid of Kelsey Mitchell is if she wants to leave and you're guaranteed to get Jackie Young. That is the only reason. It's the only reason you would ever even consider getting rid of Kelsey Mitchell. But anyway, let's take a listen to this right here.
The big three want to run it back. Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston. That trio changed everything for the Indiana Fever in just one season. They took a team that lived in the lottery and turned it into a playoff contender almost overnight. 1 year earlier, the Fever were playing in half-empty arenas. Now they are selling out buildings everywhere they go. Indiana went from being ignored to becoming a destination franchise that players actually want to join. So the real question is simple: why would you break that up? Why would you mess with chemistry that took you from 13 wins to meaningful playoff basketball? Why would you risk undoing something that worked so quickly and so clearly? The only situation where moving on from Kelsey Mitchell makes sense is if you are completely sure you are getting better. Not maybe. Not potentially. You would need a guaranteed upgrade. And here's the reality. There is exactly one player in the league who could be considered a clear upgrade at Kelsey's position. Jackie Young. She is younger. She is a stronger defender. She is coming off another championship run with Las Vegas. But Jackie Young is not available. She is core designated. She is part of a dynasty. The Aces would laugh at any offer Indiana could make. That means the realistic alternative to keeping Kelsey Mitchell is not upgrading. It is downgrading. And that is not a tough decision. That is a mistake. This is why Kelsey's future matters more than people think. This is not just about keeping a good scorer. It is about protecting the foundation of something that could dominate the WNBA for the next 5 years. Start with the timeline. Caitlin Clark is 22 and just finished her rookie season. Aaliyah Boston is also 22 and entering her third year. Kelsey Mitchell is 29. Some people see that age gap and panic, but they are missing the point. Kelsey is not old. She is in her prime. Guards in today's game can play at a high level well into their mid-30s, especially elite shooters who do not rely solely on speed or athleticism. Look around the league. Diana Taurasi is 42 and still contributing. Sue Bird played until she was 41. Kelsey has at least 5 more years of high-level basketball left. That lines up perfectly with Caitlin and Aaliyah's championship window. This core is synced, not mismatched. Now think about what Kelsey brings on the court that is hard to replace. She is a true shooting guard who can thrive without dominating the ball. That is critical when your point guard is Caitlin Clark. Caitlin is at her best with the ball in her hands. She is not a stand-in-the-corner shooter. She is a creator. That means the players around her must move, space the floor, and punish defenses when Caitlin draws attention. Kelsey does exactly that. She shot 38% from 3 last season on high volume. She is one of the best shooters in the league. On top of that, she can handle secondary playmaking duties when the offense stalls. Finding another guard who can shoot at that level, move without the ball, and create when needed is extremely rare. It is not something you replace easily through free agency or the draft. Then there is the part you cannot measure with numbers: culture. Kelsey Mitchell is the bridge between the old Fever and the new Fever. She was there when things were bad. She stayed when losing was the norm. She played in empty gyms and unstable situations and never checked out. That earns respect in a locker room. Young players listen to veterans who have lived through adversity. When Kelsey talks about staying focused during losing streaks or handling pressure, Caitlin and Aaliyah listen because they know she earned the right to speak. You cannot sign that credibility. You cannot trade for it. It is built over years of showing up when nobody is watching. There is also the business side of this, and it matters more than people admit. The Fever's attendance exploded last season. Merchandise sales jumped. Local TV ratings reached levels some NBA teams would envy. Yes, Caitlin Clark is the main driver of that attention, but attention only lasts if the team wins. If Indiana starts breaking up the core and taking steps backward, casual fans will disappear just as fast as they arrived. Sports fans are loyal to success, not promises. Keeping Kelsey signals stability. It tells fans and players alike that the organization is serious about building something real, not just riding Caitlin's popularity for a few seasons before starting over. Now look at the alternatives. If Kelsey leaves, who replaces her? The top guards are not available. Jewel Lloyd is staying in Seattle. Eriko Gunbowl is staying in Dallas. Sabrina Ionescu is locked in New York. The elite options are gone. That leaves second-tier players or long-term development projects. Both options lower the ceiling of this team. Why would you choose that when Kelsey clearly wants to stay? The podcast conversation revealed more than people realize. Kelsey is not bitter about the losing years. She is not angry about being overlooked. She is not using free agency as leverage to squeeze every dollar possible. She talked about loyalty having a cost but also being worth it. That is not the mindset of someone planning an exit. That is the mindset of someone who has already decided where she belongs. Financially, Indiana can make this work. The WNBA salary cap is tight, but the Fever are not choosing between multiple max contracts. They can pay Kelsey, they can extend Aaliyah when the time comes, and they can build around Caitlin while she is still on her rookie deal. The math works. The only real question was whether Kelsey wanted to be there, and she answered that without even trying to. People love to bring up Jackie Young in these conversations, but the comparison is flawed. Jackie plays on a super team with Aya Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Kelsey Plum. Her numbers benefit from that environment. If you swap Jackie and Kelsey straight up, would Indiana get slightly better defensively? Maybe, but you would lose chemistry. You would lose leadership. You would lose a player who has already proven she can thrive in this system. That risk is not worth it. There is also a message being sent to future free agents. Teams that keep their core and reward loyalty become attractive destinations. Teams that constantly shuffle pieces send the opposite signal. If Indiana breaks up a playoff team just to chase marginal upgrades, it tells players that no one is safe. Even if you help turn the franchise around, you are expendable. That is not how championship cultures are built. Finally, think about Caitlin's development. She is going to improve. She will add layers to her game. Having a veteran guard beside her who understands pressure, expectations, and the grind of the league is invaluable. Kelsey can help Caitlin with the parts of WNBA life that never show up in highlights. Travel, physical wear, mental fatigue, media attention. You cannot replace that with a younger player who has never been through it. When you add everything together, the conclusion is obvious. The basketball fit works. The culture works. The business side works. The finances work. And most importantly, Kelsey wants to be there. The Fever are running it back with their big three. Kelsey Mitchell is going nowhere. And that is exactly what should happen. This team made the playoffs in year 1. With another year of growth, trust, and continuity, the ceiling is higher than most people realize. The real question is not whether Kelsey stays. The question is how good this team can become when she does.